Hello, Marque. I'm Randall Aragon, your Chief of Police and your Interim City Manager. I have some commentary on some things that I wish to express and share with you all. Number one, we're going to be doing a lot more releases on our police department Facebook site, the city website, many other sites, and you'll be seeing these expressions of what's going on over the next few months, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, with that, I want to say this. The shots fired recently and the shootings we've had, we're not the Lone Ranger on that. Marque is, all cities, most of the cities in the county have been receiving shots fired and people shot and so forth, so we are not the Lone Ranger on that issue. But I do want to say some of the things we're doing to work on this issue. Number one, I have been in contact with the Galveston County Organized Crime Task Force. They are going to assist us on hitting the hot spots and drug hot spots, and as they've been doing throughout the county. I've also approved the use of our special response team on a full-time basis. This is a team that performs rapid responses to high-risk apprehension scenarios. They're going to be out there keeping the streets pretty hot. We're going to be looking at there's at-risk areas we have. You'll be seeing a lot more, Lake Road area especially. They'll be out there at night in black and whites, and we'll be looking at areas that need attention. So that's going to happen as soon as possible. You know, we need your support. I need your support. We have shots fired, and I'm going to just tell you right now, every night we're responding, and we get there as soon as we can. Obviously, the perpetrator, the offender, they're not there. So we check it out, check the area out. We do the very best we can. You need to help us. Offenders' names, who's doing this, please report it as soon as you can. You'll be seeing my phone number and my email address. Contact the police, call dispatch. We need help. We've got to have, you know, when we get out there and no one's there, we can't do anything. Firing shots in the city is against our city ordinances. It's a crime. It's a Class C misdemeanor, and we could charge somebody with discharging a firearm in the city limits, but we need to know who's doing it. So please, let us know. We'll take care of it. And just overall, I need your support. Our department, our officers need your support. So please, in every way possible, do what you can to assist us, okay? As I mentioned, my phone number and email address is going to be on there, and everybody knows that Randall Aragon will respond. I'm going to tell you right now, if I get a call, you'll be hearing from Randall Aragon. Okay, there have been some issues with 911 calling dispatch and where, 2 o'clock in the morning. Look, we have 2 telecommunicators. That's all we have, and when something really goes awry, they are very, very busy. We don't have a staff of 20 people there answering the phone. There's 2 people. And so please understand that. But if you have a problem or a concern, I want to know about it. So contact me. I'll be there to help you. Gunshots. I hear a lot of our citizens have this ring system, and it tells you that there's shots fired. A lot of times it might be firecrackers, it might be loud sounds, but okay, that's fine. But it doesn't tell us who's doing it and the address that it's coming from. That would be great. If you ever hear of a system that does that, you contact me personally and I'll buy it. The thing is, it doesn't tell us anything other than there's shots fired, and there are some systems, I know you've heard about it, it's called Shot Spotter. It's very, very expensive, in the thousands and thousands of dollars, but it doesn't do anything more than I just said. It tells you where it's coming from, and we get there, no one's holding a gun. So, and if you look online for Shot Spotter, you'll see there's a lot of controversy about it's not working right, and it targets certain areas, and there is some downside to the shot spotters. Okay, hiring of officers. I've heard this concern. We have 3 vacancies. We've got several in the wings. We're doing our very best to fill our ranks. We only are authorized 52 total staff, of which 40 are sworn officers, such as myself. And, we're just doing everything we can with what we have, so please help us on that. There's been some questions about building plans, building a new police department. Our police department was built in 1970. It's got about 9,500 square feet. It used to be a bank. They built a jail at the end of it. It holds around 14 inmates, it's falling apart. We try to keep it clean, but you know, you're looking at 51-year-old doors, and the mayor, thank goodness, he's talked about a bond issue to look at a new police department, and we are meeting on that. We had meeting number 1, and now we've got to have some more meetings to determine an architect and so forth. It doesn't happen overnight. How do you pay for a police department such as the Central Fire Department that we built a year or so ago? You're talking about it comes from the debt service funds. In other words, we get a bond for X millions of dollars, and then we have to pay it back from the revenue stream from the debt service fund, and we pay it back over 30 or 40-year period. Okay, you know, we're going to have an open house Wednesday, December 8th. I'm inviting you to show up at the PD. We're going to escort you to the PD and show you the police department, what it looks like. Okay, once again, we try to keep it clean, but you know, there's stuff in there that's 51 years old, and we certainly can use a nice facility, and we're looking at that, okay? I've been asked, are we getting help from other agencies? We certainly are. The Sheriff's Department, that Organized Crime Task Force, we have an officer that's assisting us. He's assigned, or she's assigned there, and they do help us on hotspots. And we talked to the lieutenant in charge last night, and they are going to do some hotspot work in our city as they're doing in other cities. Okay. Crime Stoppers meetings. It's kind of slowed down due to COVID. I talked to Ben Crowder, who's the president. He's going to try to kick it up again. We got to find a place for it, because the place we had in the past, they can't serve food anymore, but we're looking at Kelly's and some other businesses to have restaurants to do this. And I even mentioned, why don't we hold it maybe at 5 or 6 o'clock at night, so those at work can attend. So he's looking into that. Finally, something that's dear to my heart, and has been dear to the mayor's heart, and is dear to our police officers' heart and people that work there, is the tax rollback issue. Look, if we roll back, we're going to lose $1.1 million, and that's going to cost us, we're going to lose 4 positions. We're going to lose a narcotics officer, an ID officer, and 2 street crimes officers. And that money was allocated based on the tax being at 55 cents per 100, you know, the property tax. If it goes down to 47, we can't afford to pay for that. And this has been performed and talked about and caucused in many meetings, and we need your support. Now, if you're going to take that away from us, we're going to lose some officers. So please think about that. If you have a question, call me. My phone number is listed. I want to talk to you. So I know there's been support on the other side of the fence, but you got to understand, we don't have a drop of oil in our city, and I say that all the time. That's why we don't have the Texas City funding and League City and all these other cities that have a huge amount of funds. We do not have that. So every little bit helps. So please, if you're thinking about going the other way on this tax rollback issue, I want to talk to you, okay? All right, once again, I want to thank you for listening to me. I'll be getting back with you on these issues, and be safe.